One. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Gridiron. This is our 2022 debut show. I'm Dr. Ron Paniwaz, is joined by Professor Larry Kelly of the law firm Luxenberg, Garbett, Kelly, and George, ninth grade boys basketball coach at Newcastle, and the varsity baseball coach at Shenango. Man of many hats. Did I get them all in there for you, Larry?
Well, let me make a correction. I am no longer the ninth grade basketball coach at Newcastle. I resigned my position this year.
Wow.
After, I've been coaching basketball for 20 years, the last 12 at Newcastle, and I told Ralph Belundo, you fulfilled like one of my dreams. I always wanted to be a coach at Newcastle High School because that's my alma mater. But it was time to move on, and being the head baseball coach in Shenango takes up a lot of my time. And so therefore, it just wasn't going to be fair. I couldn't commit the time to the ninth grade program that I once did. And I took it seriously, and I developed great relationships through the years. And, we had great success. And, the kids that went on to win WPIAL and state championships, I had the opportunity to coach them up when they were ninth graders. So I have great memories that'll last a lifetime. And that's what I told Ralph, and I thanked him for the opportunity. It was a bucket list thing for Larry Kelly, and he fulfilled that wish.
How about that for breaking news, everybody? I certainly did not know that. Thanks a lot for telling me, Larry.
Well, it just happened. It actually just happened a few weeks ago, and I'm not so sure anybody's going to shed any tears over that, but I did. I loved it. I love Newcastle High School. I'm a Red Hurricane, and I always will be. I still get the chills when I hear the fight song, and I just love Newcastle. And Ralph gave me an opportunity to coach that ninth grade team for a lot of years, and I really appreciate that, and will be forever grateful for that opportunity.
I think a load has been lifted off of Ralph Belundo's shoulders for sure.
He doesn't have to listen to me during timeouts anymore.
Did he ever?
Once in a while, every once in a while. He didn't want to, but I think he did every once in a while.
Yeah. Okay. Well, when you said you had a correction, I thought you were going to tell me, Ron, we are the runner-up in a state award for our podcast. I thought you were going to say that for Gridiron, which I will do that now. We won a runner-up last year for our Gridiron 2021 show, so that's a very nice award that we won.
Second year in a row, we were award-winning journalists. I always wanted to be a journalist, Ronnie. The Newcastle News gave me that opportunity. And now when I say Larry Kelly and Ron Paniwaz, we can say award-winning journalists, Ron and Larry. I kind of like the way that sounds.
Yeah, this is our first award for football, but we also won runner-up for basketball too this year. So we're two-time runner-up in basketball, and this is our first time for runner-up in football. So
it's nice to be a statewide runner-up. I had that experience one time before, but no, next time we're bringing home the gold. So, and it's going to start tonight.
Okay. All right. Well, what we're doing here, everybody, is this will be our Red Hurricane report. We're going to give you a little bit of taste of what the Newcastle Red Hurricane football team was going to be like this year. And last year, the team was 7-5 under Joe Cowart's direction, lost in the WPIAL quarterfinals. However, Joe Cowart resigned in the offseason. Stacy Robinson has moved over from Union. Stacy coached the Scotties, his alma mater, for 25 seasons. Joe Cowart was an alma mater, his alma mater at Newcastle. He was the quarterback at Newcastle. So first off, Larry, tell me the challenges that Stacy has going from his alma mater to a crosstown school like Newcastle, like that, being that he's not a graduate of Newcastle.
I'm trying to think back. I think he might be the first coach in my lifetime who wasn't a graduate of Newcastle High School. I mean, Joe Carr was preceded by Gary Schooley, who was preceded by Nick Rapone, who was preceded by the legend Lindy Lauro. So, this is the first time in my lifetime that the head coach at Newcastle High School hasn't been a Newcastle High School graduate, hasn't been an alumni of the school, and actually a player on the football team. But Stacy gets it. He's been around the community a long time. He knows what it's all about. He's bringing 25 years of experience, and you know, a new voice, a different voice that sometimes is welcomed and works well. So I think my man Stacy will be fine. I'm actually anxious to watch him and see what they look like.
And don't sell Frank Bonjavingo Jr. short either. He was in there too.
I apologize. You're right. I think, yeah, Frank was before Joey. So I apologize. Frank had great success, a great quarterback at Newcastle, a Newcastle alum. So, yeah, I apologize, Frank. I left you out. So, again, in my lifetime, there has not been a coach at Newcastle who hasn't been a Newcastle alum and a former football player. But as I said, Stace has seen the movie before. He knows how they end, so I'm sure he's going to be fine.
Yeah, and he gets Summit Academy right out of the gate. Summit Academy is one of those schools that, you know, a lot of coaches will say you never know what they're going to have day to day, because they're going in there, they're going out of there, that sort of thing. I just got off the phone with Stacy a little bit ago for a preview capsules that we're writing. You know, it's that has to be a tough game to open up with, because you don't know what they had from last year, because really you don't know what they had a couple days ago.
Yeah, there's no film, on them that would be probably worthwhile. So, I mean, it could be a really, really tough game, or it could be a really, really easy contest for the Red Hurricanes. So, I'll be anxious to watch, and I think we're going to be okay. I do.
Do you have any expectations for Newcastle, Larry, from the standpoint of when Stacy coached at Union, and he's working with 20 some odd kids, round about 25 or so? He was always wide open in his offense, you know, trick plays, flashy, you know, kind of running. I remember him telling me back at Union, you know, we're going to run a pro style offense, you know, that sort of thing. Well, now he's got at Newcastle, and he's got 63 is what he had on opening day. So that's almost 3 times as many, you know, definitely about 2.5 times as many as he had at Union. Do you expect him to be as flashy and wide open and you know, throw the ball all over the lot?
Yes. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know, he's going to be the same coach at Newcastle that he was at Union, but his advantage will be he'll have depth at the positions. You know, when you only have 20 kids on the roster, somebody goes down, a first teamer, it's pretty tough to replace that player, but he'll have some depth. I did read in your column that he had 60 players out, which is good, because I think that number is high for Newcastle. I'm not certain we've been in the 60s in the last few years, but Tracy will be the same coach at Newcastle that he was at Union. You know, we all have tendencies, coaches. We all have tendencies, and you know, just thinking back in my 12 years at Newcastle, was a 9th grade basketball coach. You knew I was going to press you. That's just how we play. You know, we were going up tempo. You knew we played dribble drive offense. You know, you knew we always played man to man. It doesn't change. You know, old dogs, it's tough to learn new tricks. So Stace will be the same coach, and I expect it's gonna work well, because, you know, having the numbers is really, really important in a football program.
Absolutely. Any other topics or areas of concern for Newcastle that you'd like to touch on for a season preview?
Well, no, I mean, I'm anxious to see what it looks like. I really am. And I'm excited to see what it looks like. You know, I saw a couple watching, you know, following the Newcastle News Online. I saw a little bit of the film from the practices. I like what I saw. I did. I know a few of the players, you know, because I coached them up. These same kids played basketball. You know, they have some pretty darn good athletes. Kayvon Gardner was a special athlete, even as a 9th grader last year in football, and he played for me in hoops. Tough kid, smart kid. I'm sure he's going to be a major part of their offense. I saw Kyrell Harris was taking some reps at quarterback. You know, he's another great athlete. So it's going to be exciting. I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Kyrell Harris does under center. I've been hearing a lot of good things about him, so I'm excited to see that on Friday night. And Larry, just lastly, if you had your way, as you always say, if you were the czar of the world, I'm giving that power for right now.
Okay.
One shot. Are you okay with opening with Summit Academy and then Mars, or would you rather see Mars first? Because maybe after the Mars game, you might say, all right, this is where Newcastle really is. Because I think you and I will both agree they're going to beat Summit Academy. You could probably name the score, and everybody's going to be high on Newcastle and all this stuff. But are we going to learn enough about them in that Summit Academy game? Whereas if they played Mars out of the gate and they looked impressive against Mars, then it would be legit, in terms of our opinion on that.
I'm okay with playing Summit Academy first, because now we're going to have film. There's going to be mistakes made, even though the competition may not be what we're going to see moving down the road. The key is don't make the same mistakes twice. Watch the film and get better. So I am okay playing Summit first. Mars will be a tougher test, but we'll have film on our players. We'll watch it. We'll see what mistakes were made. Hopefully we can get them fixed before we go into the Mars game.
Yep.
There's one thing I learned growing up around here. People should look out for each other. Be friends and neighbors that you can count on. So it bothers me when people who are hurt in automobile accidents get bullied by the insurance company. I don't let bullies run over my clients. I do what I was taught growing up. Step up, stand up, and speak up for those who can't. I'm Larry Kelly, and I'm a Newcastle guy.